What's going on, people? You know, how weird are you? Because you're probably pretty weird, like me. And what we're going to do today is we're going to take a couple cameras, the OM system, OM-3 and the OM-1 MarkII, a couple lenses. We're going to go out to a place called Corning, Missouri, population 0. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can translate your inner weirdness into some kind of project or a video or a series of photos using whatever camera you want. Because most cameras, your cell phones, you could just dial in a JPEG that's black and white, pick some different looks, and you could go out and have some fun or just edit them later. The idea is to take what's inside of you, right? This inner uniqueness, and try to get something unique with your photography, with your storytelling, with whatever. So let's hit the road and visit Corning, Missouri. This is the grumpy white guy that started the town, and you can see the census numbers here. Corning was started by a bunch of Germans, allegedly. Nearly no one spoke English, and the first census numbers before 1880 were kind of more of a guess. Starting at like over 300, and almost every single year since it's gone down. Floods, of course, are the culprit. You can see recent photos of floods that are really crazy to look at, but nothing new, as this photo from 1920 shows. It just really makes you think about how hard it is for people to leave a place, right? This town disincorporated in 2023, and it's supposed to have a population of 0, but I absolutely swear that it just felt like there was always someone kind of watching me no matter where I was at. And there's some traffic that goes by, but just in general, it just seemed like there was more than just maybe one person even. It seemed like a lot of eyes on me. And as you can see, there's not much here now. Main Street only has a few buildings left, and they won't be there for very long, I don't think. It's stunning to look back at the town, old photos, and see how thriving it was. An entire row of buildings that served this entire area, and it looked really, really cool. It was both a railroad town and a river town, which made the location great, except for, of course, the floods. Star of the show is St. John's Lutheran Church. Wow, it's an amazing structure, and it's really, really sad that it's on the historic register, but yet it's just going to be left to crumble. There's not enough money to fix it up, and also the floods. It just keeps happening, and what can you do? There's not unlimited resources to fix something like this. It looks like it might be cool on the inside, but it is not. I've seen photos, recent photos of what it looks like inside is just very, very blank. There's not much in there, so really no reason to even ask somebody if there's a way to get in. There's just not much there. The outside is definitely pretty cool, though. You can imagine people walking up to the church and going in both doors. It's just a really, really cool scene. It feels really interesting to be there. The quietness, the history, all that stuff, you know, people walking through. It makes me kind of sad, but it's also just really interesting to see. And here's the old school. It was only in session for 5 years, 1912 to 1917, a German-speaking school. This is not the class. I just think those guys are troublemakers. That was in 1953. But the school itself is just fascinating. I really spent a little bit of time here just looking at it and being present, paying attention to the details and all the history. It's the story of the plains, and the story of these small towns. And I just think it's awesome. This is one of my favorite shots of the day, without a doubt, but also when I heard something like move around inside, so I had to go get a better look. Not everyone knows that I used to be a teacher. I was a high school teacher for almost 20 years. So these places are special, definitely special to me. The simpler time, a totally different time. And yet I feel connected somehow to the history of these places, because being a teacher is being a teacher. And in some ways, kids have changed a lot, and I'm sure in some ways they haven't. I can always feel the presence of the past here in these kinds of spaces. and it fills me with wonder. And in this instance, a little bit of weirdness because, again, felt like there was eyes on me. Now, this is where things get a little weird. Like, I kept hearing these sirens, and in Nebraska, we have tornado sirens, and Missouri has tornadoes too, but this just didn't sound like regular sirens. Kind of weird, but, you know, got to move on, and I still had a lot of photos to take, so that's when we would go down the street and shoot a little bit more. Imagine houses everywhere, people everywhere, walking around on the sidewalks, waving as you drive by. That's what this community would have felt like years ago. And for the abandoned hunters out there, don't go into these places. You know, this town might have a population of 0. However, this land is still owned by people, and there's a lot of no trespassing signs all over the place. And, you know, you don't want to risk it. There might be somebody there, and they might not be very happy to have you trotting along their lawns. It didn't seem like maybe somebody was happy I was there. It really does seem like sometimes I've dreamed of these places before. I look at some of the scenes and it feels kind of like it feels like home. Right now you can see us heading north on their main street, but we're not going to spend much time here. I heard some kind of maybe yelling. I wasn't recording or anything like that, but this is just giving me creepier and creepier vibe. So we're going to take a couple more photos and then move on. This is the photo I got to before I heard another one of those kind of yells, but it sounded a little bit closer. So I got my car, I went down the road, I got clear of Corning, and here is just another amazing abandoned structure. I looked this place up, later on, did some research, and I found out that this was owned by someone who came from Rulo, Nebraska. Rulo. Rulo is a horrifying story of a cult back in the day. You should look it up. And somebody who was in that cult came here and started a life here. And, you know, allegedly they had reformed and all that stuff. But I swear to you, it's one of those things. I just really thought somebody was looking at me from within the building. And maybe it's just the story getting to my head. I need to admit that I was just a little bit shaken, so nobody ever came running or screaming out. Got in my car, and again, I'm at this spot. The weird thing is I looked this place up and I couldn't find like anything about it, right? Until I was looking in a completely different location, like 45 minutes north. However, that makes no sense because it felt like it was right down the block from the other place, and so yeah, I just have this kind of discombobulated, you know, strange feeling about pretty much everything I'm seeing. I really just couldn't help myself. There was these sounds, this buzzing, almost like kind of pulling me in. I had to go inside. I had to see what was there and what was maybe watching me this whole time. I don't even know at this point. I find it hard to look at this footage right now because I don't remember most of this. Like I said, according to the maps, I was 45 minutes away, but it was still around the same time. And then this is when things just get really, really fuzzy for me.